celebrations of this Saturday afternoon at the Wolverhampton Civic, the world champion, Gary Anderson. Join us on Twitter, why don't you, at Sky Sports Starts. Give us your thoughts on the opening salvos here at the Grand Slam, a tournament that Gary Anderson would dearly love to win. But first up, he's got to get over Larry Butler, who really is playing well at the moment. 94 when he won the World Match Play, but in the final of the BDO World Masters just recently, he still throws a mean dart, does Larry, even at the age of 58. Let's get over to the commentary box, where Wayne Mardle has joined John Gwynn.
Yes, thanks very much. Always great to sit alongside the great man, Wayne Mardle, but we're seeing a great man there, Wayne, in the shape of Gary Anderson, no doubt about it. 44 years of age now, from Burnham-on-Sea, but a loyal Scotsman, and of course the reigning world champion. And I don't know how old you were when Larry won the World Match Play back in 1994 now, but a lad in short pants, I would imagine. But I was in the commentary box with Sid Waddell describing that all those years ago, and I had the pleasure of describing his attempt to win the World Masters 2 not long ago. And he's a great man, great fella, and it's great to see one of the golden oldies still doing it.
He really is having some kind of resurgence as well, John, isn't he? The form he's been showing, the quality and the confidence in his play. Just looking at the results, I've not seen him throw live since the World Cup, where Larry did not play particularly well with Darren Young, but since then it's been onwards and upwards for Larry. But yeah, I was 21 back then, John. 21.
Oh, well, you're older than you look. Well, here we go then, Wayne. It's a cracking contest already, but the other thing I've got to add, as Gary Anderson sees us nicely through to our first 180 of the match. That Larry Butler's been to Singapore since he was in Kingston upon Hull, and he's runner-up in the World Soft Tip Championship as well. So he hasn't had much time back home in Ohio, Dayton, since 81, the beginning of October.
He plays a lot of darts on the American tour as well. So he just likes competing, I think, John. 58 years of age now, and that doesn't seem to wane, does it? He enjoys it, like I said.
No, it definitely doesn't wane, Wayne. No doubt about it. Oh, no doubt about that. Fantastic first leg from Gary Anderson against the throw, and maybe Larry Butler will realise quite what he's up against now. We just said a little bit of extra class. 58.
Yeah, Gary Anderson, like you've already said, John, the world champion, Premier League champion, and also Players' Championship holder, and could so easily have been the European champ if it wasn't for Michael van Gerwen's brilliance in the last 4 legs just last week. Doesn't seem to be reeling from 100. That. Gary, over the last 2 years, has shown a tenacity that we didn't always associate with his game, but now he really has got that grit and determination of a world champion, hasn't he?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I think it comes from the first big success. Getting that first big success is the thing that does it. And when he did that, was it back in 2011? And of course, he was in the final of this that year, and averaged, 104 in the final, and yet lost to Taylor 16-4 with a 104 average. Anderson, what a cup of tea, John. Lovely lad.
He'd have needed another cupper if Larry would have taken the 170
82.
out.
Yes. Gary require 110.
2-0. 10. The tops.
70.
It's become a surprise, John, when he misses now.
Yeah, and that you're right, absolutely right. It is remarkable. Now 18 for Bull. Bullseye, quite capable, takes his time, re-engages. I think he should go straight for it. Never mind the preparations.
Aim shot in the second leg. Gary Anderson.
2-0. 107.36 average.
Game on.
Yeah, there's something about these big hitters, the big boys of world darts, your Andersons, Van Gerwen, Taylor, Lewis, Wade. It looks so easy, and it becomes something that you expect to see from them week in, week out, and they don't let us down, do they?
55.
And I often reflect on the way the game has moved in this direction, Wayne, with so many players now, 5, 6, 7 of them regularly getting in the high 90s, the hundreds, the 100+s. And of course it's always happened, but with fewer players, and particularly with Phil Taylor. And
85.
the great Sid Waddell, of course, and I used to have that expression, Bradman-esque. The great Don Bradman nearly averaged 100 in Test cricket. Now they're beyond Bradman-esque, and there are
46.
several of them that are doing it.
Yeah.
They've pushed the level up so much.
They have indeed. There's just no stopping them. Another second 180 for Gary.
Yes, another one for Anderson. And there'll be more yet during the course of the next 9 days, not only from him, but just about every player in the tournament. They've all got quality. Some just have that little bit, and sometimes more than just a little bit extra.
Yeah, and it's the frequency as well, John. Oh, that's unlucky.
120.
That's twice that's happened now to Larry Butler.
56.
And that's discernibly off the wire. It was a real bounce, and it leapt back towards him. 3-0. This could be over pretty quickly.
Gary to throw first.
To the disdain of those back in Dayton, County Montgomery, state of Ohio, home of Larry Butler. I know his wife Sharon and all others will be watching, not only there but right across the states right now.
Well, also in this group we have Raymond van Barneveld.
97.
He will take on Andy Bolton. That makes up Group E.
Who's a Group E? He's a Group E. He's Group 3 darts together there again for the third time in this match.
In what is relatively
96.
near the start of leg 4. 3 180s already. There's only one, Gary Anderson.
97.
Yes, he's toughened up his game, hasn't he, and become a real champ. And that's what champs have to do.
41. Gary at 139.
68 left.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's like shelling peas.
131.
Double 4 left.
Larry really needs to hit another one here.
100.
Leaving 167. It's not the optimum pressure he could have put on Gary, but the likelihood is that he won't get a shot anyway. The likelihood is that he won't get a shot anyway.
167.
Well, this is always nice to see whoever it comes from, and he can get it. Oh, so much needed that treble 19.
This is the difference between leaving 127 and 167. You can't afford to miss on a segment at least.
Shots in a full play.
4-0.
Gary Anderson.
Rapid, quick fire. Rapid, quick time.
Game on.
The only dart Larry Butler has had at a double was that, should we call it wayward dart for a bullseye jump?
Yes, that's right. When he
97.
delayed rather than dithered. I've seen him do that so many times, and I always think it's better just to go for it, keep the flow going. Anderson gets a fourth 180, and I've done Gary Anderson no favours by tipping him to win this event. Well, from what I've seen in the last
36
few minutes, I've no reason to change my mind. That's for certain.
Oh, the boos of disappointment that Gary Anderson isn't going to hit a 9 darter.
78.
They're not that easy, come on.
They certainly not. This fella's had one actually back in when we were in Vegas in 2009. It was the last year we were there for the Desert Classic. they had a Players' Championship, and Butler hit a 9-darter in that Players' Championship.
99.
The former match play champ. He's on the wrong end of a Tonkin. And yes, you can afford to get beat in this format. But John,
24.
can you...
Him. And who's to say Anderson won't do this to the other two members of the group? It's going to be tough for him to beat Barney, of course, by this kind of score line. And we know Andy Bolton's a tough nut to crack. So it isn't going to be easy, but in this kind of form, he's capable of doing it to anybody.
Yes, he is indeed.
26.
Was for 5 here.
123.
Larry will start on treble 19. Well, that's scuppered all plans he had.
What the Butler saw there was single 3 instead of treble 19, and it's all over. Anderson 5-0, like swatting flies. 2 points to the Scotsman.
And this evening we have Wolfie Martin Adams.
Larry Butler taking on Gary Anderson. We've just witnessed a masterclass from the world champion. Our first whitewash of the 2015 Slam. 101 average from Anderson, 4 180s from the world champion, and 1 ton plus finish to boot. Brilliant from the Flying Scotsman. 5-0 whitewash of the American. Spanked the Yank, Gary Anderson. He's top of the table with 2 points. Larry Butler, well, he's facing an uphill struggle to qualify. Let's hear from the world champ then. He's talking to Lord James.
Gary, congratulations. We're getting used to seeing you win like that, but a whitewash must be quite good fun.
It was. I was really nervous up there, you know. It's my favourite tournament. Out of all the tournaments we've got, this is my favourite, you know, and I've never played Larry, so I didn't know what to expect. So I was thinking, I watched him in the practice room, I went, got a fight here, but he never hurt what he did in the practice room, so yeah, we'll get away with that one. You
defeated one of America's greats in Larry Butler.
I know. I've never, all the years that I've played, 20 years, I've never come across Larry, you know, so nice to play him. But not a good result at the end, you know, for the player that he is, so I'll take it.
How much, of what value is such a high score in a group stage? Obviously, you know, 5-0's a big win anyway, but it counts for so much in a group, doesn't it?
It does help, it takes the pressure off you, but at the end of the game, you've still got to hit the doubles, which is the hard bit. You know, if you don't hit the doubles, there's no use scoring well, so the doubles came at the end there. A bit iffy on them, but we're getting there.
You're reigning world champion, of course. Is that coming into view now, your opportunity to retain that title?
No, I'm not even thinking about it, just playing darts, you know. Like I say, the standard of darts now with the PDC is getting higher and higher. You know, every year's getting harder, and like I say, just keep going as long as I can.
Congratulations, thanks very much.
Cheers, thanks.
Terrific start.